Hi again, everybody. This is Kevin Hicks with an EarthWorks Turf Talk. I had Charlie Aubrey on our podcast this week. Charlie was a former intern of mine and has now assumed the role over the last couple of years, or assumed the role as the director of agronomy at Eastlake Golf Club, home of the Tour Championship. They also did a complete renovation um, of the golf course starting in 2023. And in there, we talked a lot about the success of the program, how they pulled off such a tight timeline to get the project completed before the next Tour Championship. And he gave an unsolicited shout out to the value of organics during the growing process. Um, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you get a chance to listen to the entire podcast. It was fascinating, and my hat's off to Charlie and his team for pulling off what is nothing short of a miracle on the timeline, and a great result. Thanks so much again for listening.
By no means, trying to give you any advertisement, but I mean, it was unbelievable what some of these organic fertilizers did to get these things going in the springtime. Like, it was crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen a golf course as green in April as this one was when we opened up, or not when we opened up, but when we came into the spring and started getting growing temperatures.
Right.
And a lot of props to David York in terms of turf and helping us kind of get things right and where we wanted them to be for that. And then building a growing program and just sticking with them. Then obviously always just adjusting as need be,
Yeah.
what we were seeing out there. And Bland Cooper, our competitions agronomist, he was with us along the way the whole time, and um gave us a lot of helpful feedback. And Ralph Keppel was always there to pick up the phone and give me a hand when I needed a hand with
Right.
something during, especially when it came to the property during construction. Like, Ralph, what's going on over here? Well,
What happened there?
32 years, he knew everything. He
Right.
could,
Right.
he could walk it with his eyes closed,
Yeah.
So, it total team effort, right? And you might have turned the TV on and what you wouldn't have known, but the guys who did it knew, right?
Right.
And
Right.
it was
Absolutely.
just and that's what it came down to. It was just full investment on everybody's part to present that product.
Well, job well done. Congrats to the whole team. That was pretty impressive. I mean, I knew the timeline was pretty tight, but I guess I didn't realize how tight it was. But
Yeah,
if you're set in August for an event, you got 11 months from the
yeah.
time they leave the property.